figure it's not easy to make YouTube videos. And my whole beginning of this was I wanted to share some basic things that I've learned, or that I learned from basic mistakes that people make in life. I mentioned to you that I'm a primary care doctor in the town that I live in, and you know, I think I would assume most doctors would think this. It's like after like how many thousands of diabetes and hypertension and whatever, that kind of all blends into the same. And I'm not saying it's like all easy, but it's pretty easy. So, and I've always been someone who enjoys hearing about people's lives and understanding what makes them tick, and so I ask a lot of questions about who they are and stuff. And I've also noticed, and I'm sure everyone that's listening to this could attest, that you know, your mental health plays a role in your physical health, and your financial health plays a role in your physical. I mean, everything generally does. So when you don't have it all together, you're not doing well. So anyway, my plan was, okay, well, yes, I live a boring life, but maybe I can do some videos on teaching people to make some changes that might make them feel better. And I was hoping to do some videos of me working on some projects and perhaps narrating. But let me tell you, for every YouTube video that you see out there, give them some credit, because these videos are not easy. Especially if you're working full time, you gotta get them ready, you have to edit them, you have to get it right, you have to post it, and it takes a lot of time. So anyway, I got to thinking a little bit about, well, maybe what I should do is on my way home from work, when a particular day grabs me, or a particular theme of, you know, mistakes that people make, not in like their health, as in they didn't exercise or didn't eat well, but more like, I'll give an example, like they spend too much money and they've got tons of debt, and now they have to, you know, work tons of hours, and they hate their job, hate their life, and they're just not getting all of their satisfaction in life, like something like that. So I figured, okay, well, what I'll do is I have a 7-minute commute, which is a little short, maybe decent length for a YouTube video, but I'll take the long way home, which probably adds another 6 or 7 minutes to it, and just talk at you. And then the editing is actually pretty easy, so hopefully this works for you guys, and hopefully someone gets something out of it. I figured I would start off, I had done some video early January talking about alcohol, and basically that I was going to do like a sober, what do they call it? It's like a dry January, I think it is, dry January. And I'd get back to you on what I learned about it. So I did it for almost 40 days, and after that I decided, okay, I'll have a couple of drinks, but I learned a lot from it. So I was, you know, I think the first thing what I learned, well, whenever anyone's like kind of interested in not drinking, is like, don't think of it as though you're never going to drink ever again, and think of it like, what experiences are you going to learn from it, or be perceptive enough about what's changing in your life when you're not drinking. So that's what I tried to do. I had mentioned in my last video also that I was going to do, or I was listening to a woman called YouTube channel called This Naked Mind, that has a great interviews and kind of cognitive ways to pursue sobriety, if that's what you're looking for. So anyway, like I said, went 40 days. It was pretty easy after like the next couple weeks after that. Once I had it in my mind that I was going to do it, it was pretty easy to accomplish it. And that was in the midst of, you know, probably a good year or two prior to that, always telling myself, well, I'm only going to have 2 drinks a week or 3 drinks a week, or I'm only going to drink when Courtney, my wife, is drinking, and not doing it. So it's interesting that I was able to kind of just say, that's it, I'm not going to drink for 40 days. Maybe because I don't know why it was easier, but it was. so I, like I said, I gave it 40 days, and once the 40 days was over, I kind of, in my mind, summarized, okay, what did I learn? And one of the big things I think that really got me to think about maybe backing off on some of my drinking was I just felt using it as a crutch, having young kids at home and working full-time, and a lot of hats that you're wearing in this world. Sometimes it feels like there's just no peace, no calmness, and sometimes a little bit of a buzz just makes life simpler, makes it easier. And I didn't like that dependence, so that was my thing. So again, to the rub of what I learned, and it's the biggest thing, is that you figure you have your highs and your lows of energy. Think of it to the ceiling, to the ground. When I was drinking alcohol, I feel like that's what I was living in. The high is not like a good thing, like not anxiousness, but it's just like overwhelmingness, whatever you want to call it. Stress was high. The downs, I think maybe for shame, it was like, well, I told myself I'm not going to drink and I'm doing it, or hey, I'm not patient with my kids and I feel ashamed for raising my voice, or not being calm, or not understanding that, hey, they're just little kids, they don't know what they're doing. So I felt like, if imagine ceiling to the floor, and now it's it's like this now. So I still have my highs, I still have my lows, I still have elements of stress, I still have elements of I feel kind of down, but there's so much, the ups and downs, the difference, the delta is just not as high, and it just makes it so much more enjoyable. I don't think anyone does. Like, no, we want highs, we want lows. I think that's just part of life. I think we shouldn't try to get away from that, but no one wants it extremes, and so it just feels so nice to not have those emotional extremes. And then that was the taste. That's what I learned. So I learned that when I stop drinking, that's what happens. And then whenever we're talking about behavioral changes, whether it's anything, tobacco, eating well, exercising, alcohol, it's kind of I don't know, kind of corporate or kind of annoying when you go, what's your why? But it's like to know the why. So now whenever alcohol is around, it's like I still have a couple drinks, but it just does a different feeling, and I value the sense of peace that I have, where my highs are not so high and my lows are not so low, that I'm willing to continue to do this going forward. And when I have elements of stress or feel overwhelmed, alcohol is not what I want to go towards. So it's amazing. I love that I learned that, and I press this upon anyone when it comes to any behavioral choices that we're making. Sometimes the reasons why we want to change or not, sometimes they're easy to discover, sometimes they're hard until you actually do it. But if you don't make conscientious decisions on why you want to do something or why you don't want to do something, it's just never going to happen. Or if it will, it's not going to be long lasting. So that's my little thing I've been thinking about the last few weeks, and I wanted to get back to that. And this is way easier to talk to you guys too. There's always something coming up that I can talk about, that I learned, that just people's patterns of living, and they change the way they do things just a little bit. I think they get more joy out of life. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the little video. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks for watching if you are watching, and I hope you get out there and enjoy some life, because it is short. But I'll talk to you soon. Peace.